Hi, I'm Ricardo.
And I'm Rebecca Hall.
Welcome to Tips, a show where we're talking about anything related to traveling, internships, professional programs, study groups, and anything related to study in Australia. So, Rebecca, today we're talking about why would somebody come and do a full degree in Australia and not somewhere else? So, what are your thoughts on this?
What a great question to kick off. I do want to acknowledge I love the new acronym, TIPS. I'm going to be using that as well. Why do people come to Australia to study a full degree? A number of reasons. I think what the data tells us is they're coming because of the quality of our education. Mm-hmm. But what we're seeing more and more is they're coming because of the Australian environment, the way of life, and the opportunity that Australian education affords them.
Yep.
Whether that be choosing to stay in Australia and use their talents and new skills here for our economic development and social wellbeing. And we're very thankful for those international students like you who may choose to do that, but also to take back a qualification, a network and a skill set back to their home country or to global markets.
Yeah, I agree. I came as an international student 20 years ago. I actually chose Australia over several other destinations, and I think for me at least it was practicing English, which is the business language, first of all. Second, that I could use and take my degree anywhere if I wanted. And third, because it offered so many things as a student. I could work, I could live the lifestyle that offers the cities here in Australia. It's just beautiful, everything, the climate, like everything is a combination of, there's so many things that it offers that you cannot look only at education on its own, or the country on its own, or the weather on its own. You need to look at all these things compounded, and it's amazing.
And can I build on that? Because there are, depending on the city or the destination you choose, there is literally something for everyone. I know it sounds a bit corny, but the world as your classroom, and what an amazing classroom Australia is. You can be in Cairns doing tourism studies or marine studies with the reef as your backdrop. You can be in Melbourne, in one of the world's most livable cities. The difference, our regional towns, Toowoomba, something for every student. And I think that's an opportunity for us in Australia to do more, to share the stories beyond our major capital cities of what people know to be Australia, and that there is great education in every one of those cities and towns.
Yeah, I agree.
As well.
Something that amazed me from the start is that Australia only has 40 universities, and you compare the rankings and the quality of the education compared to other powerhouses of education, and based on the amount of universities and institutions, you cannot compare it. The quality is so high, it's amazing. So at least for me, that was why I chose it, and I never looked back. I have been here 20 years. The country opened the door to me. I came with nothing, and actually it offers opportunities if you work hard and you deliver what you promise. So it's seriously the dream for any young professional, I think.
I want to pick up on that, because I think sometimes we think we're selling a qualification, and of course that is the platform, but it's the opportunity to transform. No matter what age we are, no matter what we're striving to do, coming through any kind of education is going to change us, but doing it in a different culture. About 20 years ago, I was in Japan, in a regional town, a rural town in Japan, and I actually call that my life education. I didn't study there, I was actually a teacher. Or an assistant teacher as part of a government exchange program. But the education that I got from that experience, and exposing myself and investing my time to be involved in the community, to be volunteering, that's the advice that I give students now as well in my job. You'll get out what you put in. And so time in the classroom is so important, and focusing on that, but also the community opportunities as well. And we've seen so many great examples of students being able to do that in the Australian community. And we're thankful for everyone who does that in our Australian community, particularly during COVID as well.
No, I completely agree. So Rebecca, to conclude the episode, what do you think are the top things? So basically it's to look at the destination as a whole, which Australia offers so much. what else would you say?
I think let's look at the whole is greater than the sum of its parts as well. There is so much diversity in terms of options. So I think students can find whatever you want to study, from medicine to agriculture. And then I think finally it is I'm going to talk about a sense of optimism actually, or the Australianness, which is hard for us to sometimes
I agree.
explain.
Well, we can see it right now because we're privileged to be in this country that is handling things so well, and that we're able to go out, enjoy nature, enjoy the city, still not being in lockdown because things are managed properly. So, okay, thank you. You can find me in LinkedIn as Ricardo Gutierrez. There's a lot of Ricardo, so it's Betsy Accommodation Solutions.
And I'm Rebecca Hall. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. And I think my title says I'm passionate about international education for a better world.
Perfect, thank you.